Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the conventional deadlift and how you do it. The conventional deadlift is an awesome exercise that does a lot of strengthening for the posterior chain, which is basically the entire backside of your body. One of the major differences between a conventional deadlift and a sumo deadlift is a conventional deadlift shifts more pressure and weight through the entire backside of the body, whereas a sumo, you can get a little bit more hips and legs involved and a little less spine. While we're about to run through the setup of the conventional deadlift, it's not a bad idea to start with a hex bar deadlift either. It is a really awesome exercise as well, and it's a little bit easier to learn. So if you have a tough time getting down to a barbell, a hex bar has raised handlebars where you can grip it a little bit higher, and it's an excellent place to start for beginners especially. We'll start with the setup of the conventional deadlift. So go to the barbell, and when you're deadlifting, you want three things to line up. One is your midfoot, so if you, not the foot that you see, but the whole foot, if you imagine cutting that in half, that's what the barbell should line up with. So point number one, your midfoot, point two, the barbell, and point number three is your shoulder blades. Once you've got the barbell lined up with your midfoot, you're gonna go down and grab the barbell, and you're gonna grip just outside your shins. Once the hands are on the barbell, you're just going to drop your hips until your shins meet the barbell. Some lifters drop their hips way too low, and that pushes the barbell away from the body, and that's going to be discussed in our top mistakes series, which you'll find in the description below. So now you're set up, your feet are set, you're gripping the bar, and the hips have dropped to where your shin is touching the bar. You're thinking about having kind of a tall chest. You want to take the slack all the way out of your back, and think about squeezing your lats. So if somebody came behind you and stuck their thumb in your armpit, you imagine squeezing that thumb in your armpit, and that's going to lock down that big back muscle called your lats. So now that you're locked in and ready to pull, you're going to imagine like you're pressing your feet through the floor. So instead of imagining like you're pulling the lift all the way up, you can imagine like you're pressing your feet through the floor. That barbell should travel pretty much straight up and down in a vertical line. And that's some of the basics of the conventional deadlift. You're going to find that we have a top mistakes series in the description below, as well as a full deadlift program in the description below. Three things that I'll finish on is that flats are a highly recommended shoe when it comes to some of your big lifts, and this is no exception. So your deadlift, you would want a shoe with little to no sole so you can kind of press straight into the floor without wasting energy. The second thing is I like to remind clients is that if you get loose or you feel like something's off halfway through a set, the deadlift is absolutely an exercise where you can stop your set after a rep, take your hands off the bar, and stand up and reset completely. This helps keep your rep quality really high, and it also mitigates the risk of injury during the deadlift. Last thing I would mention is that we do have a top mistakes series in the description below. And feel free to look at the sticking points video if you struggle with a specific part of the conventional deadlift. Thanks for watching. We're out of here. We're gonna go film some deadlifts. We'll talk to you soon.